Good day, fellow observers. Today we're starting our hospital edition for version 13.2.9. We are headed to Elmhurst Hospital Center in Queens. It is a 28-minute drive, 8.6 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, so now we are heading out. Okay, so there's always that habit for FSD that it is abruptly slowing down. And I'm not so sure why that is the case, but I'm just pointing it out. So now we are, okay, let me just remove the hazard. We are making a left here on stop. Okay, good. So I tried, by the way, I tried to pinpoint
500 feet, turn left onto 188th Street.
The emergency department of Elmhurst Hospital, but for some reason once I hit that nav, it actually switches it back to the generic Elmhurst Hospital Center. So alright, so I have to use the horn, and I have to, and this area, by the way, if you're driving here in this area, a lot of drivers don't think that it's an all-way, and so they just advance. But good thing FSD slowed down for it. But that's not a good spot to be in if you're someone who would insist that you are correct and they are not, but they're still executing the correct, the incorrect maneuver. So just want to put it out there. And now we cross a green light here. And good adjustment by FSD, moving to the right lane for this van on hazard. Okay, so FSD is starting to move. Oh snap, okay, so I need some comments here. How did FSD start to advance even though it's not yet green? I'm just not sure what's the logic behind that. I mean, if I'm the one driving, I would have done that, but I'm still curious, like, how did FSD figure out that that's a good decision to make, like trying to roll as you are getting the green light. So now we're crossing another green light here. Excuse me. Okay, so we're slowing down for these bikes and also for those vehicles that are making U-turns. Okay, good. FSD is passing them with enough space. And now we're making a lane change back to the proper lane. Now we have a green light.
In 500 feet, turn right to take the Green Central Parkway West ramp. Now turn right to take the Green Central Parkway West ramp.
So we turn right here. Okay, so we will have to merge. And there's a window. Okay, that's a postponed lane change. are passing this car on the middle lane, and FSD is gaining speed. Okay, that's good. And now we head to the passing lane. So in this section of the drive, I think FSD should move to the middle lane fairly early, because there was a chance, there was a past test that I did, I think going to Flushing, was it going to Flushing, that it missed, well actually no, I think it's one of my private drives, non-recorded drives. So I was just using FSD on my own time, and FSD went to the left lane and it didn't move back on time towards Grand Central Parkway. So that's something that I'm trying to observe, if FSD will move early. And even though it happened on version 13.2.9, I'm still hoping that maybe with the same version it could make the correct decision. So let's see what happens. Okay, so it's not moving, so I guess I'll just let it be, and let's see if it course corrects. Okay, so now it's moving to the next right lane. Okay, good. Okay, nice. So good recovery there, but FSD needs to be proactive into moving to this lane, not at the last minute. So I'll be observing that as well for the next versions. FSD waited for that SUV to make that lane change, and then it moved after that. So that's good. Alright, so it's now going back to the next right lane. I think it sensed that this is a faster lane. So there's a lot of traffic going to the off-ramp. I'd like to see how FSD will do this. Okay, good. It missed the opportunity. It should have moved to the right lane. Okay, I think it finds a window. Nice, nice. Okay, good. So shout out to that SUV.
Now take exit 10EW on the right.
Okay, let's see. Okay, FSD is giving way for this SUV. And then it's slowly advancing. Okay, so now at this point,
feet, take the ramp on the left toward Interstate 495 West.
so that's the thing that I'm trying to prevent, where
Now take the ramp on the left toward Interstate 495 West.
where cars could just slide in and kind of game that FSD behavior of
In
being
1,000
generous.
feet, take exit 10W on the right onto Interstate 495 West toward Midtown Tunnel.
Alright, so we're moving to the right
Now take
lane
exit
here.
10W on the right.
Okay, so now we're moving to the next left lane. And then the next left lane. Okay, good. Okay, now we're on the passing lane here that's gonna merge to I-495. Acceleration and merge here on the next left lane. So shout out to that SUV that just steadied its speed, and so that's why FSD was able to go inside. So we are exiting to exit 19, which is 0.4 miles.
Take exit 19 on the right toward Queens Blvd. Now take exit 19 on the right.
Should be moving to the right lane here. Good, FSD went for the lane change after the SUV.
Take the ramp on the right toward Queens Blvd.
So now we exit here.
Now take the ramp on the right toward Queens Blvd.
Okay, so we are crossing a flashing yellow, and alright, so FSD planned to give way for the humans, but they didn't cross, and it just went forward. Okay, good merge here. And good adjustment for this merging SUV.
In 500 feet, go right on 90th Street.
Okay, so we have a green light. We are advancing now. this right lane, but I don't think FSD is able to. I don't think this is a 2-laner. And I think FSD is following this car. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Okay, so FSD is taking that opportunity, so shout out to that SUV that gave way. And actually, it was able to smoothly adjust as it finds a window. So that's a good thing to know. Now we have an all-way here.
Now turn left onto Justice Avenue.
Okay, so FSD is... Okay, so I was about to disengage here because FSD was veering to the left side, and I thought it's gonna counterflow. So that's an interesting behavior. Now we're making a left here. Okay, good. Now we have a green light. We are crossing this one and making a right to Broadway.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Broadway. Now turn right onto Broadway.
Okay, so FSD is moving here because this van at the end is blocking that right turn lane. So good adjustment there. Okay, good stop here because it's gonna block the intersection. Now there's a green light up ahead, so we should be moving shortly. Okay, good. So we won't make this light. Okay, it's a red light, it's advancing. Okay, good. And it's stopping. That's nice. Okay, now we have a green light. So this area here, which is in Elmhurst, is pretty packed for the most part. So if you're passing through here, just expect that there's a lot of traffic and plan accordingly if you need to be on a hurry, because this is not the place where you want to get stuck if you need to go somewhere else. So That's that, and we are 4 minutes away, 0.5 miles. Now we just crossed the green. Now we have a green light here. Okay, so there's a turning SUV. FSD is adjusting, doing the same thing as the other cars did. Okay, so FSD kind of crossed here on a yellow. And we are close by. We are 3 minutes away, 0.3 miles. And we do have a green light here. Okay, we have a green light as well. And we continue moving forward. Okay, so I can see Elmhurst Hospital here. I think it would just stop by the light.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the right.
And I'd like to see where it will stop. Okay, good. It recognized this SUV on hazard, and now it's passing it over. Now we have a green light. So it's gonna be on this light that it will stop.
Now your destination is on the right.
Okay, let's see. So this is not the ER. So let me just disengage and give my takeaways. So I had the impression that FSD would go to the emergency department entrance, but turns out no. And let me just give my takeaways from the beginning. We started FSD on a parked spot. FSD was able to move out and made a left on stop. And also there was that all-way situation where the other vehicles didn't recognize it and just crossed it, so I pressed the horn, and FSD adjusted to those vehicles as well, and then made a left to 188th Street. Then it went to Grand Central. FSD was able to merge well and move to the middle lane and then to the passing lane. The thing is, it has to make a lane change to the right lane for it to go to Grand Central, but FSD did it at the last minute, so that's something that I'd like to highlight, because if it wasn't successful, it would get lost and just head to, I think, Jackie Robinson Parkway. So that's an FYI. And in addition, FSD was able to recover from that, which is good. That being said, it crossed over solid lines, so I just want to point that out. Then it went to Grand Central Parkway and eventually was able to go and merge to the right lane for an exit to I-495. FSD was able to find a spot. After that, FSD went to the next lane on the left and then another next lane on the left until it reached the passing lane on ramp to I-495. Then it was able to head to exit 19. So it made the lane changes, and even on exit 19 was able to let an SUV pass first before moving to the right lane. Headed to Queens Blvd, was able to recognize the flashing yellow and adjusted accordingly. It initially tried to give way for humans on the right, but they didn't cross, so FSD just went forward and made a right. And then it was able to squeeze into the turn lane to 90th Street, and FSD was able to make a left to, I'm not sure what street was that. Made a left, crossed an all-way, made a left, and then headed to Broadway. Then it continued straight and adjusted to turning SUV, and then also to the ramp. To the right turn lane that was covered. It just went to the left turn lane and then made a right and used the hazard. So I see those minor adjustments that are very good because it kind of builds your confidence as you see it doing those things, which I think the driver would interpret it as that FSD is being flexible and is able to maneuver and not get stuck. So that's a good one there. Now we headed for the hospital, the destination here, but FSD didn't go to the exact emergency department. So just want to point that out as well. So it went to a different entrance, which is on the side, and then I disengaged. So overall, I think FSD is able to adjust with different cases where if a turn lane is blocked, it's able to move to another lane to make that lane change, to make that turn, and then also wait for vehicles to pass before committing to a lane change. FSD also is able to do those almost like smooth adjustment where it kind of aligns with what me as a driver would think. So I think that's a good thing to observe. Now, of course, it's always a requirement that you'd have to supervise, and that being said, with that all-way case, you have to really see if it's an all-way, make sure that the other cars are really stopping, and if not, then be prepared to disengage. Now, there's also one event where it crossed an all-way by 90th Street that it kind of veered to the left. I thought it's going to counterflow, but turns out no, so that was good recovery there, but it got me concerned, so just want to point that out. And yeah, those are the reminders that even though FSD is getting better than the prior version, we still need to be alert and be ready to intervene if it is necessary. So those are all my takeaways for this test, and if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.